This is the November 30th meeting of the Saginaw Planning Commission. Call the meeting to order. Could we please have the roll call?
Commissioner Bland, Commissioner Faust,
Present.
Commissioner Clark,
Here.
Commissioner Lamar, Commissioner Milne,
Here.
Commissioner Moore,
Here.
Commissioner Nash,
Here.
Commissioner Ostash.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I will ask, have the commissioners all had an opportunity to look at the minutes from the October 24th meeting? If someone would like to make a motion to accept the minutes or make any corrections to.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from October the 24th, 2023 with any necessary correction.
Second, Ostash.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Are there any corrections noted by any of the commissioners? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The minutes are approved. I will then ask for a motion to approve our agenda for this evening. So moved.
Support more.
It's been moved and supported to accept this evening's agenda. Any additions or corrections? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is approved. We will then move to new business. This evening, we have two public hearing and a site plan review. Good evening to all. I am the Chairman, John Millen, of the City of Saginaw Planning Commission. This is our regular meeting. When the petition for the public hearing is called, if you are the interested party, please come forward to the podium. Give your name and address to the secretary for the record. After the appellant's presentation, others may comment. This meeting is videotaped, so it is important that only one person speak at a time and the audience observe respect for the speaker. An affirmative vote of the majority of the members present is necessary to grant a petition, special land use, or site plan approval. Recommendations on all petitions made by the commissioner then forwarded to the city council. Are there any questions on this? I have none. Oh, we've had the roll call. The public hearing guidelines, we will now have the public hearing for petition to vacate approximately 106.84 feet of North Charles Street south of Weiss Street. The purpose of the public hearing is to address the commission with regard to the subject of the hearing, not other topics. Speakers shall address their remarks to the commission as a whole and not to individual commission members, city staff, or the audience. The applicant whose application is the subject of the hearing or their designated representative shall be the main presenter and is allowed 10 minutes for their presentation. Each additional speaker commenting on the subject of the meeting will be limited to 3 minutes. Is there anyone here who would care to comment on this petition to vacate? Bob.
So let me just make an introduction here. City staff has been systematically attempting to get rid of some of the properties, city-owned properties that we deem that are not part of a strategic plan for anything in particular. This particular piece of property was an extension, actually is left over from the possibility of extending North Charles from Deindorfer all the way up to Weiss. This is the only parcel that the city maintains in that right-of-way. There are no utilities within that right-of-way, and what we're attempting to do here is to vacate the right-of-way and then split the property 3 ways, giving each property to the west and east a third, and then the property located at, I believe it's 2026 Deindorfer, which is owned by the Land Bank. They would also receive a 22-foot easement to Weiss Street for the usage of that. So you're required as part of vacation of any city property to hold a public hearing on that, and then your recommendations are then forwarded to the city council.
So in this case, we actually serve as the petitioner for this?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
a city initiated.
All right. Then we've heard the main presenter. Does anyone in the audience wish to comment on this petition? Any comment on the petition from anyone? And I will ask one more time if anyone else wants to comment on the petition. I will then entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Support. It's been moved and supported to close the public hearing portion of this review. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? No opposition. The public hearing is closed. I will then entertain a motion to approve the petition for the vacation of the former North Charles extension off West Street.
So move more.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the petition. Any commissioners wish to make any comment or have questions on this? Commissioner Clark.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Garland, I'm a little confused, partly because the 2026 Deindorfer, does that go all the way from, I mean, it doesn't look like it, but does it go all the way from the area that's to be vacated all the way to Deindorfer?
No, there's not. There's another property to the south of that. It's 2028 Deindorfer.
Which raises the question that sometime in the past, was that other one that abuts Deindorfer vacated?
I'm sorry, say that
Well,
again?
there's essentially three properties then. There's the one being vacated, or the area being vacated.
Yes.
There's a middle one, and then there's the one that actually abuts Deindorfer. Is that correct?
No. The three properties that I'm referring to would be the 20,
Well, I understand there's two on each side.
right,
But I'm looking at the strip that would have been where the road was, would have gone through. Would have gone from Deindorfer to Weiss.
yes.
But according to the map, there's the area to be vacated, there's the area immediately south of that, and then there's another address that abuts Deindorfer. What is the difference between those three areas?
The property on Deindorfer does not abut the proposed property that would be vacated.
Right, there's an area between.
That's owned by the land bank.
Is that the 2026?
Yes.
Then what, it doesn't abut Deindorfer though.
No, it does not.
Okay, so my question is, there's another one that does abut Deindorfer, correct?
There are no properties that abut Deindorfer within that area, except for the one 2020, can't even read my own writing here. 2028,
So 2028 is the one that abuts Deindorfer.
yes.
All right.
And
My
that
question-
probably would have been part of that
Exactly.
right of way, but that property was developed and sold, or developed as a home.
Do we know if that was ever vacated though, since it was this would have been a platted area, I assume?
Commissioner Clark, in looking at the plat maps, the plat south of the plat that runs along Weiss, there was never a street in there. It was all lots. There was never any inclination to put Charles Street through there. That subdivision was entirely lots. There was nothing.
Then why would we need to vacate this portion?
Well,
Because the subdivision that abuts Weiss Street did have that easement.
Right, so you're saying that it actually went down the middle of the property line, of the property map that we're seeing, east-west? The plat different, the plat,
There's two different plats within that
All
block,
right.
and one had the easement for Charles and the other did not.
okay,
So as you see the diagram on the back
yes.
of the report, it indicates that that was never used as a street.
Well, if it was never platted as a street, that makes the difference.
Okay.
All right, that's what I was trying to define, determine if that other 2128 needed to be, or 2028 needed to be vacated or had been. But if it hasn't ever needed to be, it wasn't, was developed, then it's not an issue. Which also explains why the easement for 2026 now has to go north through to Weiss instead of south to Deindorf.
Right.
Okay. All
Well,
right,
and
that's-
just for clarity, we're not granting the land bank an easement, they're actually getting a 20-foot strip,
Yeah.
22-foot strip down the middle.
Yeah.
They will get ownership of that, so that it's not a landlocked parcel.
Thank you. Yeah, but that clarifies the issue of what's going on here. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions associated to the petition approval? Okay, I guess we can take a vote to approve the petition to vacate 106.84 feet of North Charles Street platted on Weiss Street. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The petition is approved. The second business this evening is case J 23-0205, a site plan review of a proposed expansion of Hunger Solutions at the 904 and 1014 East Genesee. Do we have a presenter for this petition?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Joe Rubicki with MLR Engineering on behalf of Hunger Solutions and TSSF Architects. The site plan in front of you is a 19,000 square foot addition to the existing Hunger Solutions building near the intersection of Genesee and Thompson Street. This addition provides for plenty of storage, food prep, and distribution through the proposed drive-through. This drive-through will help a lot with backing up traffic on waiting in that line. There's proposed curb circulation drives throughout the site with 9 additional parking spaces and parking spaces inside of the building as well. This site plan is also proposing the abandonment of Thompson Street between Genesee and Fourth. So most of this property would be deeded to Hunger Solutions, but there's a neighbor to the south, Wigland, who has entered an agreement with Hunger Solutions to transfer that piece of property to the south of the Wigland property. So Hunger Solutions would own that entire right-of-way and make room for the drive-through. The site features private storm sewer to drain all the additional water from the impervious area to the existing sewer in Fourth Avenue. There are existing fire hydrants along Fourth Avenue and Genesee Street with proposed sidewalks along all the driveway crossings. Proposed light poles for lighting at night. And that's about it.
Keith Cossack, TSSF Architects. You need our address too?
Secretary?
Yep. 122 North Washington Avenue, Saginaw, Michigan, 48607. It's a pleasure being here. The actual building, it's a little misnomer here. It's the Hunger Solutions Center, actually houses Hidden Harvest and East Side Soup Kitchen in it. So there's actually 2 different entities in it, but the Hunger Solutions Center is the actual building. This has been a project that's been talked about for about 1.5 years now. It's come through a traffic study and everything else that's gone through this. We're going through currently fundraising on the project to hopefully fund this in its entirety, looking at hopefully construction to be next year. The building height was on the exterior elevations, which was on the packet that we submitted to you, and I believe it was 30 feet in height. It's about 5 feet taller than the existing that's there right now, which isn't bad. We're going to be matching basically the similar type of construction that's going on, which basically was masonry bearing building with some masonry veneer on the exterior and wood trusses to support the roof. The existing facility is going to be completely re-roofed at this time also, which it's past due to have that done. The addition itself is going to house some vehicle storage areas in it. We'll be separating those from the other part, which is the food storage. And there'll be a receiving area in there for the food to come in. It's gonna house massive coolers and freezers over there, because right now, they get these donations of frozen chicken and things coming in, and they have to turn them down, or they have to hurry up and find places to keep everything cool and frozen. And the other part of the addition is for East Side Soup Kitchen. And basically what's going to be happening there is we're going to be adding in a brand-new kitchen, more efficient, flowing better, with a with a dishwashing or warewashing area, completely separate, where right now it's completely in the kitchen itself. And we're also going to, as Ben mentioned earlier, have an addition. It kind of juts out just a little bit to the east, a little bit further than the rest of the additions. And what that's going to be is going to be a drive-through service facility. Currently, right now, if you've ever been over there and watched all this happening between the hour of, I would guess, about 10:30 and 12 and 12:30, is what they do is they come in and they're trying to stack all these cars up and distribute meals to them, to the patrons. And they basically stack all the way up on 4th Street, wrap all the way around over to, I think it's Jane's over there, and I think they wrap totally around onto Genesee also. So we're trying to get rid of all that congestion through here with this property that we're going to be picking up east of Thompson. So with that, the building's only going to be a one-story addition, but it is going to be high bay, because we have basically some pallet systems that are going to be stored inside, and we want to be able to go up higher instead of having to go out and make the building so much bigger. Definitely, we're going to be matching the same appearance on the building all the way around on it, so we're going to be using the same type of materials. Any questions?
That comes later.
No, this is just a site plan, so you actually can.
Oh, okay. Any questions?
Yes, that's what I thought.
Actually, I do have a question then.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is directed at staff or the two of you could answer it. This is a site plan review. Will we be receiving a separate petition for the actual vacation of the street then?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, because all those details yet have to be worked out.
okay. That was all I was wondering. And the height difference is that a separate thing we'll be asked to approve, or is that part of the site plan review?
It's part of the site plan review. The height, it meets the height requirements. within
Oh,
the
it's
zone.
still within
It's still within.
Yeah,
proper building code and zoning. Okay,
I think the house next to that is taller than that.
I think the house next to it is much taller than this.
yeah, okay. Other commissioners, Commissioner Clark.
Yes, thank you. Actually, you asked the first question I had, so that's good. But the second one is, I hear that development is dependent on fundraising, so my question is, first question is, will the vacation request only be brought forth to the commission if the funding has been secured? Or would it then become dependent upon funding being secured and the development actually happening, so that we don't vacate a street that then is not used?
so the city's engineering department is going through and reviewing all of the one-way systems in the city. And the plan is to turn those back into two-way streets. And so this, regardless of this project, 5th and 6th Streets will be turned back into two-way traffic.
But that doesn't address the vacation of Thompson.
Well, and street vacations are dictated by ordinance, and so there would need to be a petition, a study, and those sort of things that come forward. And ultimately, that might be something that would be a decision for the planning commission
All of which
to
I
later
was,
consider,
Yeah.
but it's beyond what's dictated in the ordinance. We as staff can't put those sort of requirements on.
I understand, but it could be requested to be contingent upon, and I guess that's what I'm after.
Yeah, and likewise, the applicant was trying to determine whether or not there would be any issues regarding the site plan itself before moving forward with the fundraising activity, so.
Which I understand, and I'm not against it, I just want to make sure that we have that contingency
Yeah,
considered. All right, thank you.
So it would look like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Commissioner Moore.
You know, they have, this is not a yesterday project. The Soup Kitchen and Harvest have been working on this for some years. Now is a breaking point. You know, they flood to me, I pass it with a heartbeat, but I just wanted Floyd, we've been working on this a long time.
Oh, I don't question that.
Closing the street. The streets, the city, the engineers have looked at it. And they're getting ready to turn, what is that, Cherry Street, which will run you into 6th Street, it's getting ready to go back two-way. So that little corner there is not gonna make a big difference to anybody going through or back, because you still got a way to turn the corner to get over to the other street. So I just wanted to add that, because I think a lot of people think that this is something that they just came up with. No, they've been working on this project for a couple of years. And it's not let's go to sleep and think about it. It's actually where they're moving, and I think that they're gonna get the money. Like, they're gonna get what they need to get. We gonna name it, we gonna claim it. So I just wanted to say that, Mr. Chair.
Any other commissioners? I would just comment, I think some of Commissioner Clark's concern is covered by, it is contingent in the recommendation, approval of the proposed site plan by the engineering department. They will finish their study before they put their approval also on this. Okay, Commissioner Ostash?
There's something that I can't confirm, but I was talking to somebody that knows the history of Saginaw very well. And that portion of Thompson from Fifth to Genesee, the Germania used to stand there. And I believe it was raised, and then this piece of street was put in. Can't confirm it, it's what I was told, but
No,
I don't know.
Germania
Was that there? Okay.
Germania was on the pier.
Okay, so, I thought. That's it.
Any other commissioners? Okay,
We don't.
where are we at then?
You need a motion.
We need
I need a motion. Okay, that's what I thought. I would entertain a motion to approve the site plan for Hunger Solutions, 904 and 1014 East Genesee, with the contingency of approval of that same proposed site plan by the engineering department.
So move more.
Support that.
It's been moved and supported to approve the recommendation and send it on. Any other comment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The site plan is approved with contingent.
Thank you.
All right. We are at the portion of the meeting for public comment. Does anyone have any comment on current business, future business, anything to the commission? No public comment?
Mine's not working.
No old business at this time?
I would
Something?
just like to bring you up to date on December 4th city council meeting. The city council will be considering the contract with Giffel Webster to perform the rewriting of our zoning ordinance.
Can't get mine to work.
So, probably in January, we'll begin that process and introduce you to the company, and also likewise, probably hold a joint meeting with the city council and the Board of Appeals on zoning, which is required, and likewise will be part of this whole process to bring you all up to date on what the plan is. It'll be kind of a zoning 101 type of a presentation. Very excited about it.
So you said that's when,
Thank you.
the next meeting?
Sorry?
When is that we're gonna combine?
So, yeah, you'll be considering that at the city council meeting, December 4th.
So December 4th, the contractor's gonna be here,
Oh,
their
right.
consultant to present. The joint meeting won't be till probably January.
Right.
Probably at the strategic planning session.
No, we'll have to have a separate one. Yeah, so maybe February, I guess, I don't know, I didn't think about strategic planning session, but.
Okay.
I think I would encourage any of the commission members who aren't going to be there as part of the city council to attend that.
If not, watch us on YouTube.
Watch it on YouTube, yeah.
You can
It's
watch
on
it at
YouTube.
home. It's on YouTube, channel 191.
If there's no other old business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Any
Support,
second?
support.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No. No opposition. The meeting is adjourned.